Hello, my friends. It's Georgie again at Tittle Tattle Tarot. Today, I wanted to tell you a little story and get the cards out regarding a very, very famous man, Mr. Pablo Picasso. What an honor that Pablo Picasso stayed in my village in the 1950s. Here he is um, in early 1950s, pointing at the sign to the village, which is literally 50 yards from where I live. And that signpost is still there. And there he is pointing at it. It's a very old photograph, so it's not very clear, but that is the man himself, Pablo Picasso. And quite often I'm walking around my village and I'm very aware of his presence. And I think, oh my goodness, I could be walking, or very likely I am walking on roads that he walked on, seeing things that he saw. Our village hasn't changed. And so I wanted to tell you a couple of little things. Picasso, when he came to Chillingley, he stayed with his friends who were the photographer Lee Miller and her husband Roland Penrose, who was a very famous surrealist artist. And this is their son, Tony Penrose. And they were great buddies, this little boy and Picasso. And he is my neighbour now, Tony, who is much older now, an old man, really. And he had a good relationship with Picasso. And he told me a little story about Picasso when he was here in the 1950s. He walked from the farm where he was staying with his artist friends. He walked up into the village and he went to the Six Bells pub. I'll just show you that pub. He went to this pub here, which is directly opposite where I live. So he's walked up from the farm, fancying a beer. And he's got up there and he's walked in the door and he's asked the landlord for a pint of bitter. And then he's realized that he hasn't got any money on him. So Picasso has said to the landlord in very broken English, I'm so sorry, I don't have any money, but I will draw you a picture. And the landlord said, no, we don't accept pictures. You either pay for your beer or you go. So Picasso walked back down to the farm. And I just want to know what Picasso thought of that. I want to know whether he was fine with it or whether he was a bit disgruntled. I'd just be fascinated to know from the man himself what it was like to be told, no, we don't want your drawings. You pay for your beer. So it's the most lovely story, and I know that it's true. But what did Picasso think? So I'm just going to pull a few cards, just a silly little read. I'm using the Shadowland Tarot, and I thought that Picasso would like this deck. I thought he'd really appreciate these funny little pictures. So let's just see. Come on, Picasso, what did you think when he said, your money's not good here? I mean, we only want your money. Your drawing's no good here. He didn't mind. He didn't mind. He was staying with his friends. Here's the farm that he was staying in. 4 walls, it's very secure. He was very happy staying here. Very, very happy card, this. Temperance. Well, if it had been in the reverse, I would have said he was absolutely desperate for a beer. He needed a beer, but no, he was fine with that. He just, yeah, okay then, fair enough. You don't want my drawing. I'll have to go back down to the farm. And the moon, I think he probably thought that we Sussex folks were all a bit weird. We're all a bit strange in Sussex, they don't know who I am. And, is that very odd? Very naive people. They don't know who I am. And I think that was probably on his mind, that sort of moon energy. Who are these strange people, these very, very weird people? So let's just pull a couple more cards. How much did you like Sussex Picasso? How much did you like it? I hope you loved it, because it makes me so happy to know that you were here. You walked past my house. You must have done. How many times? So let's see what we've got here. King of Swords. Yeah, he worked here. How funny. King of Swords. I mean, Picasso. He was always not so much writing, although he did write poetry and he did write things as well. But King of Swords, it doesn't have to be the written word. He was always drawing with ink, and that's why I love him, because a lot of my work is in ink, and he's such an inspiration to me. And you see that the quill pen here. Picasso was a great lover of black ink designs and things like that, and I see him working here, and very sort of thinking, very very emotional, passionate man, but so much in his head as well, all these ideas that he put down on paper. And there you are, there is the working, the Eight of Pentacles. Look, painting on these skulls and creating all this wonderful things. Work was his life, and he was with friends here. And yeah, that will do for me. I'm very happy to have that as a reading. And the other thing I just wanted to show you really quickly, that little boy that was on Picasso's lap that I showed you, Tony Penrose, he wrote this book, The Boy Who Bit Picasso. When Picasso was here and they were playing, Tony actually bit him, and Picasso bit him back. And this is just a little story all about that incident. And I was fortunate enough that Tony actually signed the book for me. But it's a lovely book full of pictures of Picasso, and written for children. There's a better picture of Picasso with the Chidding sign. So there you go, another little story about Sussex. I hope you enjoyed it. It doesn't all have to be Harry and Meghan and doom and gloom. Anyway, you have a lovely day, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.